Captain James Cook, explorer of the Pacific. Introduction. Captain James Cook was one of the greatest explorers in history. He was a British sailor, navigator, and map maker. He made 3 long journeys by sea in the 1700s. He explored the Pacific Ocean and made the first European contact with many places. He visited Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii, and many islands. His work helped people understand the world better. This is the story of his life and adventures. Cook's journeys were important not only for discovery, but also for science. On his ships, he carried scientists who studied plants, animals, and stars. They made many discoveries that helped science grow. His maps were so accurate that they were used for many years after his death. Cook also treated his crew well and tried to prevent sickness, which was a big problem on long sea voyages. He was not just a great explorer. He was a thoughtful and wise leader. Early life. James Cook was born on October 27, 1728, in a small village in Yorkshire, England. His family was poor, and his father worked on a farm. When James was a boy, he helped his family. He liked school and learning. He was good at math and reading. At age 16, he started working in a shop, but he wanted more. Later, he moved to a port town and started working on ships. He learned how to sail and how to read maps. He became very skilled at navigation. He joined the Royal Navy in 1755. He worked hard and showed his talent. He was promoted quickly. In the Royal Navy, Cook served on ships that went to many parts of the world. He learned how to manage a ship and lead a crew. He also learned how to use new tools for making maps. This helped him become one of the best map makers of his time. His early years were full of learning and hard work, which prepared him for the big adventures ahead. Learning to explore. Cook first sailed to North America during a war between Britain and France. He mapped the coast of Canada. This was dangerous work, but he did it well. His maps were very accurate. People noticed his talent. The British government needed someone to explore the Pacific Ocean. They wanted to learn more about the world and find new trade routes. Cook was chosen because of his skills. He was now a captain and ready for a big journey. During his work in Canada, Cook learned how to survive in harsh environments. He faced cold weather, storms, and long nights. These experiences helped him prepare for harder challenges in the future. His careful planning and attention to detail made him a trusted leader. By the time he was chosen to explore the Pacific, Cook was already a highly respected officer. The first voyage, 1768 to 1771. In 1768, Cook left England on a ship called the Endeavour. He had many men with him, including scientists and artists. Their first goal was to observe a planet passing in front of the sun. After that, they explored new lands. They sailed to Tahiti, a beautiful island in the Pacific. The people there were friendly. Cook and his team stayed for some time. Then, they sailed south. In 1769, Cook reached New Zealand. He was the first European to map the whole country. After New Zealand, Cook sailed west. In 1770, he reached Australia's east coast. He landed at a place he called Botany Bay. He and his team met Aboriginal people. They were the first Europeans to explore this part of Australia. Cook claimed the land for Britain. This voyage also brought many new plants and animals to European scientists. Artists on the ship made drawings of the things they saw. These pictures helped people in Europe learn about lands they had never seen. Cook wrote detailed journals, which became important records of his journey. The second voyage, 1772 to 1775. Cook returned to England and was praised. Soon he left on a second voyage. This time he had 2 ships, the Resolution and the Adventure. His goal was to find a great southern land that people believed existed. He sailed farther south than anyone before. He crossed the Antarctic Circle. There was much ice and cold wind. He did not find the great southern land, but he proved it did not exist. He visited many islands and made maps. He also met many people and learned about their cultures. On this voyage, Cook improved ship health. He made sure his men ate fresh food and kept the ship clean. This helped stop scurvy, a deadly sickness. He showed that good planning and care could save lives. His methods changed how sailors traveled for years to come. Cook's careful study of the stars and skies also helped map the world more accurately. He worked with scientists to improve tools like the chronometer, which helped sailors know their position at sea. His efforts made sea travel safer and more reliable. The third voyage, 1776 to 1779. In 1776, Cook began his third and final journey. He wanted to find a sea path from the Pacific to the Atlantic. This was called the Northwest Passage. He took the ships Resolution and Discovery. He visited many islands again. In 1778, he reached Hawaii. The people there welcomed him. He continued north and explored the coast of North America. He tried to find a passage, but ice blocked the way. Cook returned to Hawaii in 1779. At first, the people were happy, but then there were problems. A fight started and Cook was killed on February 14, 1779. It was a sad end to a great explorer. On this voyage, Cook also explored parts of Alaska and the Bering Strait. He tried hard to reach the goal of the Northwest Passage, but nature was against him. Despite the cold and ice, he never gave up. His team continued to collect information, even after he died. The events in Hawaii were complex. Cook had good relations at first, but misunderstandings led to tension. The conflict showed the risks of meeting new cultures. Though his life ended suddenly, his work continued to inspire. Legacy. Captain Cook changed the world. His maps were very good and used for many years. He showed that people could travel far and learn from others. He helped science by collecting plants and animals. He showed respect to the people he met. Cook's work helped Britain grow stronger. He opened new lands and trade. But his voyages also started big changes for the people in those lands. Some changes were good, but others brought problems. Today, many places remember Captain Cook. There are statues, museums, and schools named after him. His story teaches us about bravery, learning, and the power of exploration. Conclusion. Captain James Cook was more than a sailor. He was a man of knowledge, curiosity, and courage. He helped the world understand itself better. His life shows that exploring can bring people together and help us learn new things.